everybody doing today? How is everybody doing on today, man? Gentlemen, what's going on? This is the great one. The great one. Once again, this is the great one. What's up, hand? Give yourself a hand. How's everybody doing today? Hey, listen, gentlemen. I gotta get at you fellas today, man. Once again, to the 75 to 80% of you gentlemen that's out there in the community, still waiting for things to turn around. I want to show you something that even Dr. Martin Luther King said himself before he passed away. He made a statement, and that statement holds true to this very day. That statement holds true to this very day. Let me show you something. Share this screen, gentlemen. Let me show you what Dr. Martin Luther King said. Here we go, gentlemen, right here. I fear I may have integrated my people into a burning house. Oh, man. Let's rewind that. You can see it on the screen for yourself. Gentlemen, it says, Martin Luther King, this is his quote. I fear I may have integrated my people into a burning house. Gentlemen, what does that mean? What did Martin Luther King say? What did he mean by I fear I may have integrated? I led my people into this burning house. Integrated, gentlemen. You know what integrated means? Do we need to look up what the word integrated means? Huh? What is integrated? Let's see. There you go, right here. Integrate. To form, coordinate, or blend into a functioning or unified whole. To incorporate to a larger unit. To unite with something else. To end the segregation of and bring into equal membership in society or an organization. To find the integral of something such as functions or equation. So here you go. Here is the word integrate, to form, coordinate, or blend into a functioning or unified whole. So, gentlemen, let me ask you a question. I got to ask you a serious question. How is it that people in today talk about being a community, but Martin Luther King said he fears that he's led you, he's integrated you so-called black people into, what did it say? To form, to coordinate, or to blend into a functioning or unified whole. You gentlemen, here, let's back up. Thoughts getting jumped up. Gentlemen, by this definition, think about it. By this definition of integrate, gentlemen, there is no black community. You see it on the screen, gentlemen. You see it on the screen. The word once again, to form, coordinate, or blend into a functioning or unified whole. A unified whole, gentlemen. There is no, gentlemen. You've been lied to, man. You've been bamboozled. I fear. This is what Martin Luther King said. Let's go back. I fear I have integrated my people into a burning house. You have blended into a whole, into you people try to separate yourself, but this Martin Luther King said, listen, I've integrated you. I led you into this burning house. This is what the man said. I'm not making this up. Come on. A burning house, gentlemen. How are you gentlemen, You're in a burning house. So if you integrate it into a whole and that whole house is on fire, gentlemen, then guess what that makes you? You are excuse me. You are on fire your damn self. If Martin Luther King said he feared that he's integrated my people into a burning house, we just looked at what integrate means. Let's go back to it. Once again, to form, coordinate, or blend into a functioning or unified whole. So, gentlemen, once again, all that black community stuff they keep talking about, gentlemen, that don't exist no more. That's done. Whatever separate, whatever your ancestors, your granddaddy, your daddy, granddaddy, great, great, and great, 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 whatever they try to separate themselves from, gentlemen, they have been integrated into a whole. So there is no more this black community stuff, gentlemen. That was done back in the 60s. Your black gentlemen, say it again. Your black community was set on fire back in the 60s. Your community was set on fire back in the 60s because you integrated into a burning house. You integrated into a burning house. You try to separate yourself, but no. Fight to integrate and fight this. Come on, gentlemen. We know back in the days in the Jim Crow and the separate this and the separate drinking fountains, all that stuff, boycotting. No, you colored people get to the back of the bus and all that other good stuff. Man, gentlemen, we know all this stuff. But you integrated. Martin Luther King and his generation integrated, especially you gentlemen, into a burning building. You integrated. Whatever you trying to fight for, whatever you trying to separate, you trying to do your own thing. But no, you guys blended in with the larger society. You blended in. So if that house of the larger society is burning, gentlemen, guess what? You are burning as well. You're burning. You're done. This was set back in the 60s, gentlemen. It's 2023, gentlemen. No house, I'm gonna say it again. No house is going to be on fire for 50 plus years. Nobody's house is going to be on fire for 50 some odd years. It's just not going to happen. And gentlemen, you got to recognize the times that you're in. It is what it is. You guys are trying to bring something back that's been dead for over half a century. Your identity has been destroyed, gentlemen. This is why the things of old and the inventions and all the different leagues and the Motowns and all that stuff, gentlemen, this is why this is not being pushed anymore, because you have integrated into a burning building, to a burning house. You've integrated. All that greatness that those men before you that were doing, gentlemen, that's nullified. That's done now. You've integrated into a burning house. So your mindset is it should be a unified mindset. So whatever the majority of people are doing, gentlemen, that's what you should be doing. Once again, I'm gonna say this again, gentlemen. See, these women in the community have integrated fully into the burning house. These females in your community that you guys keep talking about, these are my sisters, whatever. These women have fully integrated into the burning house. You gentlemen are the only ones that are fighting, that are fighting to be individual. That's fighting to be separate. You're fighting to be separate, but at the same time, you're fighting to be separate. But you're using all the you come out here and you use all the stores and all the things that everybody else is using. Like you in your mind you want to be separate, but in reality, you're doing what everybody else is doing. So it seems like the confusion is with you gentlemen. I don't know are you gentlemen trying to separate or are you trying to blend in? But if you're trying to separate, here's the thing. Oh, here we go. Hold up. Here we go. Gentlemen, if you're trying to really separate and be your own quote unquote people, this community, whatever, gentlemen, you got to put some motherfucking work in. You got to create your own reality, like for real, for real. You're in a burning building, gentlemen. Your identity has been burnt. Your ideologies have been burnt. All that greatness that these men, especially these men of old and all the Motowns and all these Negro Leagues, all this stuff, gentlemen, that's done. That's in ashes now. It's not on fire. It was on fire back in the 60s. Right now, as of today, 2023, gentlemen, all that stuff is in ashes. It's done. All those ideas of greatness, all these inventions, all this stuff that these men of old that came before us, gentlemen, all that stuff is in ashes. That's done. Your community has been totally 100% integrated into this so-called American culture, gentlemen. You're one. Okay, I'll say it again. This. You can say you call me whatever, call me a coon. I don't care. Once again, gentlemen, your woman has been 100% fully integrated into the American culture. She has been 100%. I'm gonna say it again. These females have been 100% integrated into this American culture. So, gentlemen, whatever you were, because I know you gentlemen trying to bring back the 60s, you gentlemen trying to be back the good old times, leave it to Beaver and all that stuff back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, all that stuff. Gentlemen, that stuff is done. It's not on fire, it's in ashes. All that greatness and the stuff that are the all them greats before us came that came before us, gentlemen, that stuff is done. This is why the stuff of all these inventions and things that our forefathers created and things of that nature. This is why these things don't ever get mentioned. Because why? It's in ashes. All those inventions are in ashes. The mindset, the family structure, the nuclear family, all that stuff, gentlemen, that stuff is in ashes. Your community was 100% fully integrated into the larger society back in the 60s, gentlemen. And as of 2023, this quote unquote, this concept of a community is done. Your community is done. It's no more. It's diluted. It's beyond diluted. It's done. It's done. The good old days and this, that, and the third, all that, gentlemen, those days are done and it's not coming back. You can't take ashes and listen, gentlemen, that's common sense. You're not going to take a pile of ashes and reform a building with it. Say it again. You're not going to take a pile of ashes and reform a building with it. It's just like when somebody gets cremated, gentlemen, you're not going to take cremated ashes and reform a body, gentlemen. You're not going to take, once again, you're not going to take ashes of a dead relative, take all them ashes out, and you think you're going to reform a body? You're going to reform a whole vessel from a pile of ashes. Gentlemen, you got to be out your mind if you think you're going to do that. And this is how I look at majority of you so-called 75, 80% of you gentlemen still sitting around in this whatever this debacle, whatever you want to call a community, gentlemen, because it's not a community. It's done. Once again, your community is in ashes. It's done. Whatever you gentlemen thinking, it's done. It's done. But once again, you gentlemen sitting around here and you act like you got all day. You act like these women, these are our sisters. No, gentlemen, these female have been fully integrated with the so-called larger the American society. She identifies with them. She don't identify with you. You gentlemen, you still don't get it? These women have 100% identified with the larger society. She don't identify with you. She don't identify with you. So the thing is, gentlemen, I keep saying, gentlemen, I can't point the finger at the woman. I'm pointing the finger at you, gentlemen. Listen, gentlemen, what the are you doing? What are you doing, gentlemen? What are you hoping to accomplish? You sticking around. What are you hoping to accomplish, gentlemen? What are you hoping to accomplish? What are you hoping to accomplish? Huh, gentlemen, serious. That's a serious question. What are you hoping to accomplish by you sitting around the community? Once again, these women that have declared their independence from you because they are fully integrated into the burning house, which is the United States of America. Your woman, your so-called woman, you keep claiming this is your woman. She is fully integrated with the larger society. She's with them. She's rocking with them the whole way. So I can't point the finger at the women and say, "Oh, you females." No, no, no. These women has showed you to your face who they with. These women have showed you in your community. They showed you every day who they are with every single day. Then on top of that, they declared their independence. Then on top of that, they've called you lame. Then on top of that, they told you that they're not going to submit to you. Then on top of that, they whatever the government offers, a lot of these women are taking. Independent, how party girl, hot girl summer, gentlemen. These women have fully integrated with the larger society. So, gentlemen, what the are you waiting around for, gentlemen? You're waiting around for what? What are you gentlemen doing? I told you, I I can no longer point the finger at these females. What are you gentlemen waiting on? Who are you waiting on? But like I said, there's only going to be 20 to 25% gentlemen that's actually going to keep it moving. This is why the passport bros thing has blown up. This is why these manosphere talking points. Yeah, people hear them, but okay, people you can see who people have respect for because when passport bros came out, that went viral because that's what people respect. People respect that you gentlemen said, listen, we're not going to with this. We're not going to with this community nonsense. We're not going to keep doing this hot girl summer. We're not going to. I'm just not going to keep donating my sperm. I'm not going to keep donating my resources to this quote unquote community that just want to use me. I'm going to grab my passport. I'm going somewhere else. I'm going to start somewhere else, gentlemen. See, people have respect for that. They don't have respect for you, gentlemen. 75, 80% of you gentlemen still sitting around a community. Nobody respects you. And this is why everybody keeps little boying you. You're just a little boy. You're just a little boy who's crying. Cry, cry, cry. Well, where's the work? Where's the effort to, so this is one of these women talking about, oh, you men don't build, you men don't do this, you men don't do that. And once again, I had to somewhat agree with that. I had to somewhat agree with that, gentlemen. I have to, even though I want to chastise and oh, you guys don't know what you're talking. No, gentlemen, I have to somewhat agree with what these women are talking about. If you gentlemen want to be this King Kong, you want to be some type of god, and you want to be some type of king and all this other stuff, gentlemen, you're gonna have to build your own motherfucking kingdom. Stop calling yourself a king if you don't have a kingdom, gentlemen. Where's your dominion at? Once again, gentlemen, I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but I gotta somewhat agree with these women, what these women are saying. You gentlemen claim to be a king. You claim to be, oh, we gods, and we're the gods. And if you read in Psalms 83, ye are gods, and blah 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 blah. So where's your motherfucking kingdom, homeboy? Where's your kingdom, my friend? Don't claim to be some type of deity. Don't claim to be some type of god, some type of ruler, this and the third. You need a kingdom, my friend. Where's your kingdom? Matter of fact, how do you have gentlemen, okay. Gentlemen, how do you have a kingdom when your own woman is not even with you? Huh? The woman that you claim is not even with you. But somehow you gentlemen are some type of gods? And this is why everybody laughs at the majority of you so-called Black American men. This is why everybody's laughing at you. You gentlemen are living in a fantasy. You gentlemen are still stuck back in the 60s. 75 to 80% of you gentlemen still here. That's still here. That's still muddling around. That's still once again, I don't know the function of you gentlemen anymore. I really don't know the function of you gentlemen. The 75, 80% of you gentlemen still sitting around in the community. I don't know what your function is anymore. I don't. And not that 75, 80%, there's what damn near 50, 55% of you guys are in the middle class. Mass majority of you of that 80% is still in the middle class. So you might have 15% on the bottom, maybe 10% at the top. That's your 80%. So gentlemen, once again, I don't know what your function is. You gentlemen don't have a kingdom. Once again, your own women are not with you. You gentlemen claim to be deity, some type of god, some type of king, some type of ruler, this, that, and the third. But you once again, just like these women said, you don't have nothing to show for it, really. So, gentlemen, what is your function? You trying to hold on to something that's been dead. It's done. You're gonna rebel. You're gonna gentlemen. Only thing you can do. If I have my broom and dustpan, only thing you can do is grab a broom and a dustpan, sweep up the ashes of what your granddaddy and all them greats before you sweep it up, and move yourself somewhere else and rebuild somewhere else. That's the only gentleman. That's the only option that you really have, gentlemen. You don't have it. There is no you, gentlemen. Your quote unquote ideology, community, whatever your granddaddy and them had back in the day, gentlemen, that was totally integrated into a burning house, which is the United States. Just like anybody, just like any dead body, gentlemen, once they cremate that body, your community was the body. Your body has been put into a burning house. That idea of a community being separate, a nuclear family, black man, black woman, blackity black, black Wall Street, all that stuff. Gentlemen, this is what, gentlemen. Let's back up. Like things just come to my mind. Let's back up. This is why every time you gentlemen, back in the days, the Black Wall Streets and the Wilmington, Central Parks, all these quote unquote black communities that you guys try to separate. This is why every last one of them, I hate to say it, was burned down. I hate to say it like that, gentlemen. This is why everything you gentlemen, this not us, but all the men of old, this is why every time these gentlemen try to separate, this is why everything was burnt down. Martin Luther King, come on, gentlemen. Do I need to pull up again? I fear that I have integrated my people. I really have, what you should say, I led my people into a burning building. You integrated the people into a burning house. This is why every time you gentlemen, the men of old, every time they try to separate, this is why everything was burnt down. Because the larger society doesn't want you men trying to separate yourself. Y'all not ready for that one. Ooh. This is why every time these men of old try to separate themselves and try to do their own thing, this is why all these great accomplishments were burnt down. Because you gentlemen, your so-called community, whatever you trying to do, whatever those men of old tried to do back in the day, that was done. That was done. You talking about real masculinity? Yeah, when these, with the 1921 Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, that was real masculinity. Men out here building their own cities, hotels and movie theaters and hospitals and schools and people. These, they had mansions and things of that nature. Man, that was back old. That was over 100 years ago. And guess what? That's not going to ever happen again. Why? Because your so-called Black community has been completely 100% integrated into the larger society. So everything you gentlemen try to separate yourself from is eventually going to get burnt down. Martin Luther King said it. I'm not making this stuff up. The burning house. The burning house is basically like the United States. It's the burning house. You are amongst you. Every time you gentlemen walk around, everything's on fire. Every time you gentlemen try to put something up, this is why it catches on fire, gentlemen. You're right now, you're in a burning house. You're in the inferno. 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 Not infernal. Everything around you is on fire. You put out something, it's on fire. Introduce something, it's on fire. Try to do this, it's on fire. Nuclear family is on fire. This ideology is on fire. Try to bring this out, it's on fire. Fire, 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 fire. Liar, liar. Pants on fire. So all this coming together, this, that, and gentlemen, it was all a lie. Because everything's on fire. You're in a house. America is the house that's on fire. It's on fire. So everything you gentlemen try to put out catches on flames. Gentlemen, it's just that simple. How you gonna rebuild something? Every time you gentlemen try to come out and rebuild this and rebuild that, gentlemen, guess what? It catches on fire. Because you're in the flames right now, gentlemen. This is like Daniel, Shadrach, and the three Hebrew boys. Yeah, man, gentlemen, them three Hebrew brothers was thrown in the flames. Gentlemen, right now you're in the flames. You're not getting burnt out. But gentlemen, you are in the flames. This is why everything you gentlemen try to introduce, you try to be this King Kong, this, that, and the third, everything catches on fire. So, gentlemen, only thing you really can do is just separate and create something somewhere else. Go somewhere where where people can welcome you in. And whatever this idea that you have, gentlemen, maybe you can go somewhere else and build somewhere else. But gentlemen, right here in America, gentlemen, ain't a oops. Yeah. Ain't a motherfucking thing about to get built. That's just the reality that we are in right now. That's just the reality. Somebody can say, oh, hold up.
12, man, you defeated, man. You defeated, 12. Man, you got a defeated mentality, man. You a coon. You a coon, coon, coon. You a bootlicker, 12. You a coon.
No, I'm just realistic. Martin Luther King said, I fear that I have integrated my people into a burning house. Your granddaddy and them, your great-greats and your great-great-greats try to separate. But now you've been integrated into the larger society, which is a what? A burning house. What you integrated into is on fire. So if you're in an environment which is on fire, gentlemen, everything you try to produce, guess what? Catches on fire. This is why there's no growth. This is why there's nothing happening here in the United States, especially for you brothers. There's nothing really happening. Stuff sporadically pops up here and there. This is why they're trying to fight. This is why, this is why passport bros are being fought so hard. It's something new. They're trying to set it on fire, but you can't. Listen, that's fireproof. Listen, that passport, bros, the SYSBM, that's fireproof. That's fireproof. You can't set that on fire. Because when a man makes up in his mind, listen, I'm separating. I'm gonna take my passport and go somewhere else. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go somewhere and separate from this whatever that's going on. I'm gonna create something somewhere else. That's fireproof. It's fireproof. This is why you see every single day. This is why the listen, the future is here. This interracial these interracial couples that's booming right now. It's booming. You know, I'm reading the articles and stuff like that. Gentlemen, it's happening. The thing is, it's happening all over the place. It's just not in America. It's happening all over the place. That's all I say, gentlemen. Shout out to the Black Blood and all that stuff. But gentlemen, man, that's them days. Those days are old. Those days are done, gentlemen. The blackity black nuclear family, gentlemen, that was set on fire back in the 60s. All the Temptations and My Girl and Al Green and Al Jarreau and all that stuff, gentlemen, and Isley Brothers and all that, gentlemen. All those ideas, all that stuff, loving this woman and this, that, and the third, and picket fences, gentlemen, that was set on fire 50 some odd years ago. That's done. That's done. You gentlemen need to recognize what time you're in. That's done. I played to you clips a couple of videos ago what these women in today in 2023 think about you, gentlemen. Talking about your lane. Gentlemen? Gentlemen, must I play? Let me play. Come, gentlemen, see, brothers don't believe, man. Gentlemen, let's play with women of today. Let's play what they think about you. There you go.
That's why I don't like men who know their worth. Like, hate y'all. I hate men who know their worth. They be like, I don't gotta deal with girl shit. I know my worth. I got my for a men.
John, this is what your women are saying about you as of today. Because why? Gentlemen, if your community and what your granddaddy and them try to build, it's on fire. Well, it's not even on fire no more. It's on ashes. Black love, all that blackity black love, gentlemen, that's on fire. Because this is what you women in your community I have to say right now. Men who know their worth, they're hated. I hate men who know their worth. So, gentlemen, you're going to rebuild what? You're going to come together and rebuild what? When females in your community talking about something, they hate men who know their worth? Wow. Gentlemen? Here's another one.
These niggas are lame, yo. Like, the men that are actually amazing entrepreneurs and educated and financially, lit, stable. Y'all lame. Like, for real.
So once again, gentlemen, I'm just trying to figure out the logic. What are you gentlemen doing? Because I'm not gonna keep making too many videos like this, man. It's like beating a dead horse. Gentlemen, I'm how much more evidence do you need that you gentlemen just need to separate? That you gentlemen honestly need to separate because you gentlemen don't have nothing, gentlemen. Everything that you have is in ruins. Everything that you produce is in ruins. There's nothing wrong. You gentlemen want to be King Kong. You want to be like the men before you. Gentlemen, if it's on fire, if everything's on fire around you, and this flame look like it's eternal. This flame is never gonna go out. Gentlemen, what you staying in the you staying in the flames for what? You staying in the flames? You gonna stand there in the fire? Okay. And do what exactly? I'm trying to figure out, what are you gonna build in these flames? I'm glad that you're not getting burnt up. Now I called you, I did say you were a son. Not a S-O-N, but a S-U-N. So you can't burn up the sun. Uh-oh. That's why you fellas are still standing to this day, because you're a son. Even though everything around you is on fire, but you are the source, basically. You are the source of the flames. Uh-oh. So that's why you haven't burnt up, because you're a son. You're a S-U-N. They can't burn you up. How you gonna burn me? I am the flames. You can't burn me up. But everything you try to produce, oh yeah, they gonna try to burn that up too. That's why you get fought so hard. Everything that you gentlemen do, especially you middle-class men here in America, this is why you guys get fought so hard on everything that comes from you middle-class gentlemen. This is why you gentlemen get fought so hard. Because they're trying to burn you up, but you can't, once again, you can't burn up the sun. Not an S-O-N, not somebody's child, the source, S-U-N. You talking about Ra? Yeah, we are the Ra's walking around. That's why you can't burn us up. Once again, gentlemen, I need to think higher, gentlemen. Think higher. This is why you gentlemen haven't burnt up to this day, because you are the source of the flame. This is why they so astonished. Like, man, my goodness, this is why they probably scratching their head right now. Like, man, why haven't these brothers burnt up yet? Because they are the source. How you gonna burn up the source? Without me, you don't have flames without me, homie. It's like you're telling you gentlemen have the power, but you just, you want to go back into little boy mode. Instead of being an S-U-N, you want to go back, you want to be an S-O-N. You want to be a little boy. Chase around, I myself, I'm going to put myself in there too, gentlemen. Me too, because I get into that bag too. Around, looking at big breast and big butt all day. Gentlemen, I do it too, so I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, gentlemen, you the source, man. You the sun. That's why they can't burn you up. Maybe your daddy and them was a little bit different back in the day, but they can't burn you up. They've been trying to burn you up, and you're still alive to this day. They can't burn you up. I am the flame. Ain't gonna burn up me. But yeah, gentlemen. Yeah, gentlemen, man. It's a brand new day. And those of you gentlemen that still want to stick around and do the things of old, gentlemen, I don't know what to tell you. I hope everything works out. Everything that you gentlemen want, I hope it works out for you. But once again, gentlemen, me on the outside looking in, gentlemen, you don't have anything here. You don't have anything. Your little cars don't mean, gentlemen, your little cars don't mean shit. Your career doesn't mean shit. Your house doesn't mean shit. Your Gucci belts don't mean shit. Your Rolex watches don't mean shit. It doesn't mean a motherfucking thing to anybody. Nothing. See, gentlemen, even you yourself have integrated. Instead of you separating yourself and creating a new reality and things of that nature. No, you gentlemen have integrated. You yourself have integrated into this larger society. So everything around you is consumer based. It consumes. It's like the fire, right? It consumes. Everything gets burnt up. Everything gets destroyed. Everything. You gentlemen do the same thing. You taking on the mindset of the so-called larger society. You gentlemen do the same thing. Consume. Give me. The newest this, you got to get it. I got to get this. The newest. Not producing. Nah. You gentlemen yourself in so-called community, you have taken the mindset of the quote unquote larger society. You have taken on the mindset of the burning house. Just like fire consumes. You gentlemen do the same thing. You consume just like everybody else. Your mindset is about consumption. Somebody tries to introduce something new, you tell them to try to consume that. Try to take that, try to consume it, try to put the fire on that. Let me put the fire on that. Somebody tries to do this, you try to consume that. Somebody does this, try to consume that. You gentlemen have taken on the mindset of the house. You take it on the mindset of the house. The house is on fire, you're on fire. So the house, the building, the house consumes, you consume. You do the same thing. This is why there's so much talk about how many girls can you get? You're a consumer. You consume. You just like the fire. You consume. You back in the day, how many girls you got, man? You're not a man until you got at least 3-4 girlfriends. Consume. Cool. You got girlfriends and baby mamas. Do you have wives? I mean, are you trying to build a nation? No, you take it on the mindset of the house that is burning. So as the house burns, you burn too. You burn everything around you. Just because. I don't like the way you looked at me. I'm gonna burn you. I don't like the way you talked to me today. I'm gonna burn you. You take it on the mindset of the house. You're a consumer. You just consume. You just like the fire of the house. You consume. The fire in the house is listen, you can't have a fire in the house. You think you're gonna have some good furniture? If you set a house on fire, that fire is going to do what? It's going to consume everything in that house. As a matter of fact, if you around and let that fire catch on to the next house, guess what it's going to do to the next house? It's going to consume the house as well. F around, if that fire catches on to the whole block, your whole block is gone. There is no more neighborhood. It's gone. When a house burns, it consumes. And those flames try to spread out. Those flames will spread to the yard. Man, think about it. Think if a house just burns and the fire department doesn't come and put it out. What damage that fire is going to do. Not only to that house, but to basically the whole entire neighborhood. Think about it. Some of these houses are so, they separated by feet. So God forbid if the whole neighborhood is separated by feet, because you think about it, you see these new houses, man. These houses are literally separated by like less than 10 feet. And that house can be big. So that big house catches on fire and your house is separated not even by 10 feet. That fire that's in that house is going to catch on to the next house. So instead of that one house being on fire, now you got 2 houses being on fire. And if the fire department don't come, those 2 houses can turn to 4, 5, 6. That whole neighborhood could be on fire. And this is the mentality. This is what Martin Luther King was talking about. I've integrated my people into a burning house, which is the United States. So this is why nothing is growing, because everything is being consumed by the fire of the house that you're integrated in. So yeah, this is why passport bros will always be fought. That's why SPM Say Yourself Black, man, what these ideologies will always be fought against. But once again, you can't fight the fire with the fire. See, back in the day, all that stuff they was introducing, and it was already flammable. Think about it. Everything back 50 years ago, that stuff that you guys were building, that your granddaddy and them were building, that stuff was already flammable. It was already flammable. All those inventions, all these music and Motowns, all that stuff was already flammable. Once again, you got a woman who chose their team. Your mama and them, they chose their team back 50 some odd years ago. They chose. They chose back in the 60s. Who they rocking with? They chose, and still to this day, your mama and them have still chosen the same people. I'm not pointing the finger. It just is what it is. And it is what it ain't. So all this love, blackity black love, nuclear family, gentlemen, that stuff was flammable back in the 60s. That ideology was flammable. You know? These women put the gasoline on. All you had to do was light that joke, and it was a wrap. Yeah, all that nuclear blacky black love stuff, gentlemen, that stuff was set on fire back 50 some odd years ago. That stuff is in ashes today. This is the remnants of the ashes. What you're seeing right now is ash. You're seeing ash. How do I put this? These relationships are in ashes. They're in ashes. You trying to come together with Keisha and them gentlemen, that relationship has already been doused in the gasoline. It's done. It's already on fire. Now, once again, not pointing a finger at anybody, but gentlemen, it's been a wrap for a minute. You got nothing but ashes all around you. Your community, your so-called black community is in ashes. It's done. Your community is in flames. Every single day is in flames. You gentlemen trying to build something, you trying to come back together and show the world that we love each other. Nah, gentlemen, that's in flames, because you know why? Your whole environment is on fire. So that means what? Your relationship is also on fire. It's on fire. Yeah, now mind you, you are the sun. You're not gonna get consumed. But that dynamic, that so-called that nuclear family, gentlemen, that's on fire. You get on one knee, it's on fire. All that dating you doing is on fire. Once again, these women have declared their independence from you. So, gentlemen, everything that you're doing, it's already on fire. You going out to the movies, gentlemen, that's on fire. It's on fire. Taking it to dinner and eating and concerts and the vacations, gentlemen, all that's on fire. Then you gentlemen wonder why, you get married, all of a sudden, here comes divorce in the next couple of years. Because, yeah, gentlemen, you were already on fire to begin with. You a son, you already on fire. You integrate into a burning house, which is United States, which is already on fire. You trying to link up with the so-called black woman who could possibly already be on fire. So, gentlemen, anything that you're trying to produce here in the United States, gentlemen, it's already doomed to fail. It's already doomed to fail because everything is on fire. Yeah, gentlemen. Everything's on fire. And once again, only reason why you haven't been consumed because you're a son. You can't consume the sun. What's wrong with these people? You're a SUN. You they can't consume you. This is why these jokers. That's why they scratching their head, man. Why haven't these men fallen? Because they're the actual sun. You can't burn the sun. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? That's why these men are still standing. You got a real live sun here. You can't. You're trying to burn the sun. That's not gonna work. So I'll be looking at you like you're crazy. Like, okay, man. Only thing we can do is just say, listen, it doesn't work here. We got to go somewhere else. Tell me, you walking around, everything's on flames, man. Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire. Every time you look around, gentlemen, everything around you is on flames. It's in flames. You've been integrated into a burning house, gentlemen. It's done. There's nothing going to get built here. Everything is burning. It's on fire. It's on fire. And this fire can't consume you because you are the source. You are the flames. You can't burn me. What's wrong with you people? But yeah, gentlemen, you gentlemen don't have anything, gentlemen. The more you keep sticking around, the more the dumber you look. You gentlemen out here doing this pro blackity black lovey love, gentlemen, that's already on fire. The words that come out your mouth and her mouth, gentlemen, that's already on fire. The things that you're trying to build, this community stuff, gentlemen, that's already on fire. You've been integrated into a burning society, gentlemen. So yes, gentlemen, you are going to be used like a tool because once again, a fire does what? Consumes. So everything that your granddaddy and your father and them try to do them years ago, gentlemen, that's done. How they say, let the dead bury the dead, gentlemen. It is what it is. There's nothing. Only thing you can do is I told gentlemen, you 75 or 80% gentlemen that's still here in the community, still whatever, playing footsies with Keisha and all them. Gentlemen, you had two options. You either going to lead this burning community or you're going to leave the burning community. You're going to lead or you're going to leave. You know, gentlemen, hey, man, listen, sometimes it's good to go somewhere else and cool off. Oh, let's rewind that. Cool, gentlemen, you are a son, you didn't burn up. Cool. They try, you know, every which way they try to burn you up. They try to tear you down. They try to burn you up, but you can't, once again, you can't burn the source of the flames. They can't burn you up. This is why you go somewhere else, gentlemen. You got to cool off, man. You gotta, how do you say, you gotta simmer down. It started all over again, gentlemen. Once again, it's good to be on fire, man. Once you in the inferno, once you in the flames, you know, gentlemen, it's good to be on fire. But John, when you go somewhere else, man, it's time to cool down. No, jump in the crystal blue waters and cool down a little bit. You know, so people can, you know, so so you don't start up another fire somewhere else. Cool down a little bit. You know, cool down a little bit so people can approach. You don't have to come with, you know, when you go to these new places, you don't have to be fiery. Come on, gentlemen. It's a brand. Listen, if you go somewhere else, gentlemen, cool down. Cool down. There's no point of being hostile. There's no point of being always be balanced, of course. No, don't be a dummy. Don't be balanced, but don't go to these new places and be fiery. Nah, gentlemen, slow down, cool down. Get some water, man. Jump in this crystal clear water, crystal clear ocean, man. Jump in there, man. Cool down a little bit, bro. Cool down, man. This is not what it is. Cool down. Slow down. Simmer down. I say simmer down now. Simmer down. Yeah, gentlemen. You've been integrated into a burning house. This is what Martin Luther King said back in the 60s. It is what it is, gentlemen. Everything that you gentlemen go to produce is going to get scorched. It's going to get scorched. Once again, the United States is cool, but it's not an environment that, you know, as we see, things are just not getting better here. As far as social wise, it's just not getting better. Things are just anything's everything. Gentlemen, once again, gentlemen, I just don't know. Even I'm just gonna be honest, even as the so-called the black manosphere, gentlemen, No hate, no shade to the so-called American black manosphere, but gentlemen, you gentlemen are on the clock. Because all this rah-rah stuff you spitting, gentlemen, that's not, I don't see that lasting long. You two are going to have, listen, I hate to say it, but the black manosphere is going to have to, how you say, assimilate. It's going to have to integrate. You know, you gentlemen are out on the outside, you complaining, you doing this, you doing that, you saying you're two piece in a biscuit, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But gentlemen, once again, you're in the larger society, which is on fire. So these talking points that you're saying today, gentlemen, in the next 10 years, that really might be nullified. Let's get to understand you gentlemen out here, you guys red pill and all that stuff. But gentlemen, you gonna have to understand. I understand you gentlemen out here putting up a good fight, but gentlemen, if you don't have any allies with you, once again, you gentlemen keep reaching out to Keisha, but once again, I told you, Keisha is not with you. You keep reaching out to Keisha. Come on, Keisha, come on.
Come on, Keisha. Come on, Keisha. Please, please. Come on, Keisha. Come on, Keisha. Please, Keisha.
Man, Keisha is not with you. You don't have any allies. You gentlemen don't want to look at Kimberly. You gentlemen don't want to look at Maria. Zane Kwa, you gentlemen don't want to look at other options, other groups of women that could have that could possibly have your best interest in mind, that could possibly help you in the things that you're trying to do. You gentlemen don't look at that. You look at Keisha all day. I mean, gentlemen, like I said, man, you completely up. If this is your game plan that you're going to stay here, you're going to build something with a woman who's not with you, gentlemen, you screwed. You're screwed. This is not, once again, this is not pointing the finger at these women in the community. These women have chosen, and every single day they choose. They've made the same decision every single day. These women have chosen who a playmate is. These women are going to rock with the United States government till the United States, till the wheels fall off, basically. Keisha and them rocking with the United States government. They're not rocking. They're not with you. These women have integrated. They have assimilated. They have they're accustomed. The ideologies of their community has to do with the United States. So whatever United States does, these women are going to go with whatever United States says. They're not with you. Bernard, Gerard, Jerome, John, Jason, they're not with you. These women have assimilated, they have integrated into the burning house. They comfortable. This is why they say in the United States, everything is based on consumer. It's like fire. Once again, the fire does what? Consumes. It consumes, it devours, it destroys. This is the mindset of your government. It's a devourer. It's a consumer, gentlemen. Do I need to look up what consume means? This is what fire does. It consumes. It consumes, gentlemen. These your women, Martin Luther King said it. I feared that I integrated my people into a burning house. So everything that separated you from the larger society, gentlemen, that's all been burnt to a crisp. That's done. That's ashes. So yeah, all this nuclear love, blackity black, temptations and all that stuff, my girl and all that stuff, gentlemen, that's been burnt to a crisp. That's ashes now. And that's never coming back. I told you, gentlemen, you're not going to get a pile of ashes and recreate a body. You're not going to recreate a house with ashes. Only thing you can do is sweep the ashes up, throw it away, and build a new foundation somewhere else. But whatever it once was, gentlemen, that's not coming back. It's just that simple. Life is not that hard. You gentlemen you refuse. You gentlemen are refusing to see the truth. Why? Like I said, a lot of you gentlemen are not a S-U-N, you're a S-O-N, you're a little boy. And this is why a lot of you men out here, 75, 80% of you guys are constantly getting S-O-N'd, getting sunned every single day because you're a little boy. You're not a leader. You're not S-U-N. The S-U-N leads. Just like the sun leads in the cosmos and the rest of the planets follow, you're supposed to be doing the same thing here on Earth. But now, instead of being an S-U-N, you want to be an S-O-N and be somebody's little boy. You can't think for yourself. You can't do this for yourself. Somebody has to speak for you. Gentlemen, this is why you always getting chastised. Every time you gentlemen come up with a new idea, this is why these women out here chastising you and always getting at you. Because now you're not supposed to be a leader. You're a little boy. Anyways, man, that's my time, man. That's my time. Give yourself a hand. Ain't no rebuilding going on, gentlemen. Ain't no rebuilding going on. You only kidding yourself, man. Anyways, man, that's my time. 12:47. Here's my website. Come by, get some merchandise, all that good stuff, man. Once again, right there, www.1247clothingcompany.org. That is my website for merchandise. No fake love, man. Fake love. That's what it is today. Yeah, the blackity black love is done. That's done. That's in ashes. Right now, what we have in 2023, what you see right here, fake love. On the bottom of my shirt, it says frenemies. That's what you got. A lot of gaslighting, a lot of frenemy activity going on in this community. A lot of fake love. Want to put your hand over your shoulder and behind, in the other hand, they got a steak knife for you. So yeah, gentlemen, it's time to separate, man. You've been led into a burning house. You've been integrated into a burning house. So everything that you gentlemen tried to produce is getting consumed by this fire. Everything around you is on fire. So the only thing that you can do is basically leave. Separate. Get your passports, do what you need to do, gentlemen. Start all over again. You know, you a son, you on fire. Hell, man, when you get to this new place, jump your ass in that water. Cool yourself down. Once again, you want to start another fire somewhere else. Jump your ass in that ocean somewhere. Cool yourself down a little bit. No, you say simmer down. Just simmer down. Rebuild somewhere else, man. Take whatever you have here, take it over there and rebuild with those people over there. You know, help those people. Wherever you go to, help those people. You know, we don't have to have any animosity, any we don't have any trauma from where we come from. It is what it is, man. Gentlemen, we learned. The thing is, we learned. You know, we're in this place. We're on. You know, we're in this place of fire because we ourselves are the fire. We didn't get burned. You learn from what works and what doesn't work. What doesn't work is all this talking and coming together, all this stuff, gentlemen. That's on fire. That's done. We're not gonna do that no more. We're gonna move forward. Create something new. Create something new with a different group of people. You know, hell, you never know, gentlemen. This is why I tell you, gentlemen, listen, there's no point of you getting on one knee and asking Keisha and them to get to marry you, gentlemen. That'd be the dumbest move you could ever make. Once again, your relationship is already on fire before it even gets started. It's already on fire. The blackity black love is on fire. It don't exist. It's consumed. That the fire of the United States, the burning house, which is the United States, has consumed your black love. It's done. It's done. Doesn't exist. It's in ashes. Temptations ain't coming back. Al Green ain't coming back. Luther, Big Luther, Small Luther ain't coming back. Jodeci, all them love songs and all that stuff, all that lovey love. Gentlemen, that's not coming back. That's done. That's on fire. It's done. But man, that's my time. Once again, give yourself a hand. Fellas, man, enjoy yourself. Enjoy your day, man. It's 4th of July, probably 4th of July on Tuesday, I guess. And yeah, man, gentlemen, come out here, just do something different. But gentlemen, once again, it's not defeat. You just gotta be smart about it. You know, some of you gentlemen, you got the pride. I want to be defeated, gentlemen. You gotta want how do you say? You gotta know how to fold them. Lord, I forget that country song. Gentlemen, you just gotta know when it's time to chuck the deuces. A defeat, listen, it's not defeat. It's just it's just saying that you tried, it didn't work. You try to follow in the footsteps of the ones who came before you, and it didn't work. Gentlemen, it's okay. Recognize what's going on. Recognize that your whole environment is on fire, but you are the source of the flames. So guess what, man? Time to go. What you gonna fight fire with the fire? Think about it, gentlemen. You gonna fight fire with the fire? So you a son, and this whole house, this whole United States is already on fire. So you gonna fight the flame with more flames? Only thing you're gonna do is make bigger flames. And this is why I say, you gentlemen making bigger flames here, your flames and these flames that you're gonna make here, it's gonna spread to somewhere else. So you fighting fire with fire in United States, and that flame, you two, they got the fire going, and you the sun, you got the fire going. So they throwing fireballs at you, you throwing fireballs back. They spitting them flames at you, you spitting them flames back. Well, you did this. Whoa, you mother. Flame. Both you got flamethrowers. You got the flame. You are the flame, and they got the flame. And both of you keep throwing them flames at each other. You just gonna make bigger flames, and them flames are gonna spread out all over the place. Now you got flames up in Canada somewhere. Them flames that you started here in the United States. Now you got flames out in Canada. Now you got flames down in Mexico. You got flames in the Caribbean. You got flames all in South and Central America. Come on, gentlemen, man. Time to throw them deuces, man. That's my time, man. Once again, I am 1247, the great one. You guys have a good one. Peace.